right. Hey, everyone. I'm Luís, and I lead technical strategy at Bitte AI. And am I the only one that thinks it's freezing here? Dude, seriously. First time in Thailand. I think I gotta get used to this. But yeah, so today I don't want to talk about the weather or anything else. I want to talk a bit about Bitte, our approach at building agents, and how we're powering decentralized intelligence. And yeah, I recognize some faces from the Mint-based days. We've done a significant pivot from the NFT days. But a lot of that helped us achieve what we've achieved so far with Bitte. And a lot of learnings were done through onboarding people through NFTs. So short for Bitte is an AI-powered platform that simplifies blockchain interactions by enabling users to execute transactions on multiple chains using natural language prompts. That's basically it, right? But why does this matter? It matters because we want crypto to win, right? And at Mint we spend a lot of time figuring out the onboarding, for crypto to win, we need to onboard the world, right? And in retrospective, I think Mint-based was very much an onboarding company, not so much an NFT company. And that gave us invaluable insights on most of the user pain points, and that we believe AI helps us solve those pain points. Also, AI agents are definitely the future of the internet. I think we all kind of agree on that. And they're pretty much redefining how we interact with digital resources, from news consumption, you can ask summarize, these web pages, these new news articles and stuff like that, to e-commerce that's coming. Those sort of use cases are coming up. And I generally draw the comparison to the early days of the internet, because people interacted with web pages, and that's. And that was the standard to consume and interact with digital resources. But with agents, they're kind of becoming the new interface, right? So we ask what we want, and they go out into the world and try to figure out how to solve that for you. And just like we had open protocols like DNS, HTTPS, and others that helped us, that helped the internet thrive, we kind of need the same thing for AI agents and AI in general, right? And so that we don't end up with a monopolistic control, and we give a fair chance for anyone to participate. So yeah, there's many layers to build to make this happen. At Bitte, we decided to build the Decentralized Agent Discovery Protocol, and Nate just announced that on stage 2 hours ago. So essentially, what is this Decentralized Agent Discovery Protocol? Let's dive in a little bit into what is the main goal. The major goal is to go from multimodality or any input, whether text, images, voice, whatever, and build transactions. That's kind of what we want to achieve. And we already have some of the examples of that. For example, you can ask swap this amount of NIR for USDC, and we can talk to multiple agents to fulfill that request for you, and a few other examples like this. So it's highly composable. You can compose multiple agents to achieve different things. And the goal of our protocol is to find that for you, give you the best results, find you the best agents, and that's what we're building towards. All right, but how does this look like? So at first glance, there are three main components that make this possible today. We have clients, the Bitte wallet. If you're not familiar, check that out, wallet.bitte.ai, and others like bots and other interfaces. Communicate with the runtime, submit the user requests to the runtime. The runtime figures out the agents that should pick up to fulfill those requests. And these open agents are self-hosted, so we don't really control any of the code base. It's up to the developers, and I know there are some of you here who didn't know how this works, but essentially we never host any code. So that's why they're called open agents, and I'm going to dive a little bit into that in the next couple of slides. But this is kind of how it works today. The goal is to verify or to kind of validate whether the agents are operating correctly, and whatever that means. And that's why we extended this initial the initial diagram you saw, we added 2 more components. You have the validators that will basically look into how agents operate based on whatever tasks that they're given, and see the results and rank them based on a couple of metrics. So here we have speed, price, accuracy. There's a few others, and these might change for different types of agents. And then we have delegators. That could be, the agent community or the agent developer will stake some tokens to give it a bit more trust. Or in case of, the agent misbehaves, it can get slashed, and the user that interacting with the agent never really loses funds. All right, so, but how is these AI agents defined? So there's different approaches. I think our approach is quite simple. Agents are essentially an API or like a server, and that exposes a couple of API endpoints. And most importantly, it needs to expose this manifest. So it's kind of like Open API spec standard. That's a widely used standard in the internet these days. And we added an extension called XMB. This is probably changing soon due to our pivot, but it will be retrocompatible with this one. And this manifest essentially includes things like the account ID, the assistant name, tools it uses, instruction set, all of those things. Like essentially, we make APIs. We turn APIs into agents. And this is how it looks like. So we combined the Open API manifest with your API routes through our agentic framework. It becomes a smart API or an agent. And when the prompts are submitted to our runtime, in this case, I added this example. This is pretty possible today. You can just go to the wallet and check it out. You can ask swap 80% of my NEAR to USDC if NEAR price is below $5. And this breaks it down into a couple of tasks. So it gets the user balance from the context, then checks the NEAR price on CoinGecko, goes to calculate that with the Python code runner, and then checks the swap estimate for the amount on Ref Finance, and ultimately gives the user a transaction UI to submit a transaction. Just a quick demo of how this looks like, or at least the wallet and the agent directory. You can find a few on Playground. Those are not verified. The ones that are verified show up in the first tab. This is a couple of screenshots. You can see it works great on mobile. Thanks, Marcelo. And now we just shipped chain abstraction. So yeah, all your NEAR account can control couple of, how many are they? Like five EVM accounts, and then the agent directory. And for the developers, we are developing a tool called Make Agent, and with four quick steps, you can get your agent live. So the first one would be install Make Agent. If you don't want to install it globally on your machine, you can use NPX or PNPX, whatever your preferred package manager is. And then use Make Agent Contract. This tool essentially converts a contract address on NEAR into executable code. So it turns your contract on NEAR on a Node.js API. And then Make Agent Dev to run this locally and test against the wallet. And lastly, you can register your agent when it's live with the register command. And that's it. It's live. So I still have 8 minutes. Let me try to run something very quickly, and this is the best part for me. If you want to check out the GitHub repo, there's, it's literally the code I'm going to use here. And now this is going to be a nightmare again. Not sure if anyone's trying to, oh yeah, there's one guy there. Nice couple of people. All right, so, oops, no, shoot, this wasn't what I wanted. Okay. All right, so I just cloned the code. There are two main things here that I want you to pay attention to. This is the the AI plugin or the manifest I was just describing. It's dynamically generated, and then, yeah, it's dynamically generated. And you have the tools folder here where you want to develop these features for your AI agent. So like the one I thought about, and I think it's easy enough, is redacted, since we're at redacted. This is a Next.js project, so I'm going to create a route. And since I'm lazy, I'm going to ask Claude to generate it for me. So create a get handler that randomly picks different ways to say, I don't know how to, redacted. Okay, randomly picks different ways redacted. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, whatever. The one I tried at home was much nicer. We'll just run with this one. Okay, and then we're going to add it to our manifest. So just going to add redacted route to, yeah, it's fine. So it generates the whole spec. It's very, very useful. And now we're just going to run bun dev and the dev command, so you can take a look. It's just next dev to run next, and then make agent dev port 3000. You can also remove the port 3000, which is just shipped for it to like determine which port you're using. And boom, it's running here against the wallet. And there's a bunch of tools. Let's first get Reddit posts. It's one of the other tools we developed before. Get me Reddit posts. My API got pinged, and it's now listing all of these different Reddit posts. I think it's getting from the front page. And if you want to get the redacted, use redacted. All right, so it just got redacted. Try again. Okay, it's just randomly picking up one of those from the list. So yeah, these are just like to show how these things are built. But we can take a look at other agents that we have in this list. And GrowthMate, the developer, is right here in front of me, which is nice to see. Maybe I can use GrowthMate, actually. Let's see, what can you do for me? All right, sure. My account is, well, you know my account. Get me interesting things to do on here. All right, got me some. Let me just open this in a full screen. Get me interesting things to do on here. Right, a lot of these nice things. You can also switch to other agents. Let's say I want to swap 0.1 near to USDC. This will connect to Ref Finance and get a swap transaction. You can inspect the result if you're interested in it. Oh, sorry, I had, oh. Well, I shouldn't have done that. 0.1 near to USDC. We have like 1 minute. You really want to do this. So now. Okay, so we got a transaction screen here. Let's approve it. This doesn't look good. Maybe lost connection. All right, yeah, I definitely lost connection. I don't know what happened, but yeah, you can check out my address. I definitely submitted a transaction, so if you're, yeah, you want to check it out, just check Near Blocks or whatever other Explorer to see if the transaction went through. I'm pretty sure it did. Thank you, guys.